For the last couple months, I've been using Token Metrics to help with my crypto investing. And this is an AI platform that gives all cryptos in the overall market a trading score. And so you can know when to get in and get out of trades and also spot coins early. So I've been using this the last few weeks. And in this video, I'm going to give you my opinion of whether I think Token Metrics is worth it for the monthly subscription price, and kind of break down the results that I had and how I use it and some of the things I learned about it and how you can use it in a way that will be help you the most. So let's dive in here, and I'll break this all down for you, and you can decide for yourself if this is something that you want to use. And before I get started here, you can click my link in the description to get a free 7-day trial of Token Metrics. And I also have a discount code there for the monthly subscription after your 7-day trial. You can get 40% off that using my code. So you can find that code in the description also. So coming in here to tokenmetrics.com, app.tokenmetrics.com, you can see that this menu here is where all the analytics are. So you have ratings, moonshots, market, indices, token metrics, agent, and research. And starting here with this market, this is showing you where the market is currently at, and you can see it's showing the best performing coins over the last 7 days, and coins that have also recently turned bullish, which can be helpful to catch things early before they take off, and then best daily performers. And then below that you have the overall trading grade for the market, or the market indicator. And this basically shows you whether the market the overall crypto market is bullish or bearish. So this is very useful too. Right now we can see that it just turned green and it's at 61% buy. So this could show you that now is a good time to get into the crypto market as a whole. And just a couple things to note here. These on the short term, these can flip bullish and bearish pretty quickly, so you could get basically like false signals. You can see right here we had it go bullish and then bearish right after, about the same level. After it went up, came back down, and then it went down and then turned back up, and now it's back to bullish. So overall there's no movement there, but what it is good at is catching bigger moves over a longer period of time, right? So if we go back here, printed a green dot here in late April. So if you would have followed that, you could have got good gains up in here until it went red again. And then back here was the really good one where it showed you in September that was a good time. And then we went clear up here, and then it told you to get out right there. So overall, these big moves over a long period of time, it catches these pretty well. It's not perfect, but it gives you a good idea of where things are going. And then moving down, we can see that it also separates out and gives each category a grade based on the metrics, the AI that it's looking at. And it shows you which categories have the highest score. So these are the ones that you could potentially look into for big gains to get into right away. And then lower we have, this one shows you whether it's altcoin season or Bitcoin season. And you can see that this is trending up, and we're getting into altcoin season right now, which means that now is probably a good time to invest in altcoins. And then it has a couple other things here like total market cap, historical volatility that you can look at. And then getting into the actual ratings. So this is the analytics, and this is the first thing that pops up when you click on analytics is the ratings. And this is basically the most useful thing that you can look at when you're looking at certain coins to invest at, because what it does is it uses AI and finds the best coins that are trending based on a bunch of different factors like fundamentals, technical analysis, and all that. And it takes all that in, and it gives you a trading score for each crypto. And then you can arrange the trading score from highest to lowest, and you can see what the top coins are to be investing in right now according to those metrics. So we can see here that we have a few here like 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀𝗃, 94% trader grade. It also has, some of them have a fundamental analysis you can see over here, and it tells you whether they're emerging, blue chip, or high risk, so that's helpful too. And then the TM 24-hour change, this is showing you whether that trader grade has been going up or down and by how much. And then whether it's bullish and the last date it turned bullish. Then you also have, of course, your 24-hour volume and your market cap and your 24-hour price change, and then the price in that column. So a lot of good information here to look at. And you can see the top coins. Now, one thing to mention is that this changes every daily. So every night, the time zone I'm at, it changes every night. So every 24 hours, you get a different list. So by the time you see this list is going to be different. Now, there may be some that stay in there for a long time, but they just kind of move around at the top. And those are ones that I use to look at to find ones that could be good to invest in if I'm seeing they're consistently staying in the top of that TM grade, right? And one of those that I caught fairly early on this, I've only had token metrics for a few weeks, but I did see the Aerodrome here. You can see it has 92.67%, and I've noticed over the past few weeks, this has just stayed above basically 90%. And so if you're seeing it multiple weeks stay up at the top, to me that's a good sign that it's going to continue to go up and be, one of the best things to look at and invest in. So then we can click on Aerodrome. Let's take a closer look at that, and you can see it shows you the trader grade here, and that shows that it's a strong buy. And then there's a momentum indicator underneath too. It shows you whether it's gaining or losing momentum or holding steady. This is holding steady. And the price there and market cap, you can see all that stuff. Then you come over here and you can see its history of the bearish and bullish signals. And you can see it had a bullish signal back here in early August. And it had a big rise there and then kind of plateaued, went back down, and now it's starting to go up a little bit again. So this has just a ton of information about, fundamentals and the scores that are going into what are giving this the trader score. So that's super helpful to look at. And then another thing that I like about this is it gives you a price prediction. Now, you should take these with a grain of salt because it's basically giving you a price based on momentum, right? Which can change frequently as the momentum changes and the trader grade changes. But I was pretty surprised here looking at this price prediction because it's pretty crazy. It's showing. So you can change the button here for different scenarios. Right now, the crypto market cap is at 4 trillion, excuse me. But you can get a price estimate to see what Aerodrome could potentially be at if it doubles and goes to 8 trillion, or if it goes to 16 trillion. Token Metrics and a lot of others are estimating that the total crypto market cap by the end of this bull run will be somewhere between 8 and 14 trillion. So that gives you a general idea. But let's just go ahead and show you 8 trillion here for Aerodrome. And this is pretty crazy because the bear case for if the crypto market doubles is that Aerodrome goes here from 148 clear up to $42, which is like a 20x or more. Base case, it gives you a bear case, base case, and moon case, and the moon case is clear up $56. So that's like a 30x plus, and that does seem pretty high. I mean, it's already $1 billion market cap, but I think because this is a DEX and it's on the base chain, which is gaining a ton of momentum, and basically anyone can go into to Coinbase now and get coins, and sometimes they use this Aerodrome for different coins, and they're actually using this on the back end. I don't know if it's integrated yet, but it's either integrated now or it's going to be.
So that alone, I feel like could potentially push this up to a 20 or 30x. That would be pretty crazy, but I could see a scenario where that's happening. But again, just take these with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean, it's really going to do like a 20 or 30x. That's kind of that's a huge price increase and a huge market cap. At the same time, I still think that could happen because of the base chain and because Aerodrome is the top DEX, and you could basically look at Aerodrome as the next Uniswap, right? Which I think Uniswap right now is about 6 times higher in market cap than Aerodrome. So that's one that I found on here and invested in. I think I got in at about $1. So, decent 50% gain here over the last few weeks. Now, another one that I kept showing up here on Token Metrics at the top of the list is this 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗃. And this is a 𝗬𝗃 subnet. So I won't get into all the details. 𝗬 is an AI coin, and they have subnets on their blockchain that specialize in different things in AI, different sectors of AI. And this is one of them, 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗃. And so I didn't really know about 𝗬 subnets or investing in them, but I found that a lot of these subnets were showing up at the top of the list for trader grades above 90%. So I got into this one fairly early as well. I got into it around $8 or $9, and you can see this is now up around $20. So that was another good one, another example of using this to find coins that, it fluctuates a lot. So some coins are going to go in and out above 90, 85%, above 90%. But the ones that stay there are ones that you can look at, that I like to look at to invest in. Now, another thing I like is that you can put in alerts here. So you just click on this alert button, and then you can do price alerts. So you could say, you just put an alert and say, if this coin goes below $15, send me an alert, and it'll send you an alert. You can either do text or email. So you can set things to buy or sell, not automatically, but it's going to tell you, hey, this has gone over under 85%. And then you can do alerts based on the TM grade too. So again, you could set it to say, once this goes below 90% TM grade, let me know, and then I'm going to consider maybe selling it. And just kind of a rule of thumb, the ones that are over 85% TM grade are usually the ones that are going to be your strongest bets. Anything over 85% is a pretty strong buy. And then you can also do trading signal. So you could say, when this coin turns bullish, send me notification. And then you could look at, once you get that notification, you can make a quick decision and get into something that you're looking at that you think is bullish. Now, another thing here with Token Metrics has is these indices. And this is basically, it takes the top coins with the best trader score, and it also factors in volume. So that's another thing to look at, is you probably don't want to invest in a coin that has below like 300,000K daily volume. But these indices take that into account and give you the top coins that have good volume. And so you can see here, this 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗃 is still in there, which I mentioned, and a bunch of others. Again, this changes every day. So I wouldn't recommend changing your portfolio every day, because you're just going to have to make a ton of trades, and it's just going to be way too time consuming to there's, 8 coins here, and the next day there's going to be, 4 or 5 of these could change to different coins. So to me, that's not a good way to use this. What would be nice if it did this automatically for you and changed your coins automatically, but there's not a automatic thing you can use with this. So you just have to do it manually if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend that, because you're just making too many trades, and then you'd have to go in like at the same time every day when this trader score trades, and trade it to get your full 24 hours of potential upside there, and then you're gonna have to do it all again. So that could take you like an hour a day just to go through all those, And they're also on different chains, so a lot of them are on different chains, so that can make it more difficult as well. But again, I like to just use this to see, okay, what keeps showing up in these indices, right? So that's how I found Ridge's AI. It just kept showing up here, and a couple others that I got into kept showing up here. One was useless. I found that's how I kind of run into that coin, and another one called Salary, another meme coin that I kind of just ran into here. Now, of course, not everything has worked out perfectly. I haven't looked at here and invested in things that have gone down, but overall, I've had some good gainers that have made up for the coins that have gone down that I bought into. And another thing you can use is this token metrics agent. This is just basically a chat bot. So you can come in here and type anything, questions, or you could say like, what are some coins that could 100x in the next few months? And it'll give you a list of top possibilities there to look at, or anything you want to know about the analytics and token metrics, investing advice. You can ask those questions there. And then it also has a research section, and this is where it just gives you market updates, news. They also do talk about gems, upcoming gems, and they hidden gems, research, deep dives into coins. So overall, there's a lot of good information here, and I would recommend just trying it and see if it works for you. For me, it's worked pretty well. Again, not perfect. I've had some gainers and some losses, but overall, it's helped me to find a few coins early that have paid off really big and made up for any losses that I've had. So this really helps kind of take the emotion out of trading, so you don't get too emotionally involved in a coin. You can just set a thing and say, if this drops down below a certain percent or it goes bearish, I'm going to get out of it, and you don't have to be too emotionally invested. Now, on the other end, I think you can get too much into like that paralysis by analysis, where you're looking into things too much and you're kind of getting caught up too much and spending on too much time on something. And so just finding a balance there is good. And again, just looking for the thing I really like is this helps you spot those coins early before other people catch on, so you can get in that before everybody figures out what's going on, right? So that's always good, helpful. And so those are the things that you're going to use the most when you get into token metrics. A couple other things to mention here is that you can, when you get into a coin, as you can see, some of them do allow you to connect your wallet right to token metrics and buy the coin right in the token metrics platform, which is super nice. Another thing that you can see here that I forgot to mention earlier, you can click on this other tab here and see the support and resistance lines. So you can, for any coin, you can see where the resistance is and where the support is. So that can help you with your buying. You could look at getting into coins when they hit that support line, or getting out when they hit the resistance line. So that's another one that's really helpful that I like here too. So again, I do think this is a helpful tool to use especially to know just where the market is heading and whether it's risk on or risk off, and then diving further into coins and seeing when the best time is to invest. And it's also nice to have those notifications where you can just get notified whether there's something bullish or bearish when something changes. You can put those notifications in there. So super helpful if you use it the right way. And again, if you want a discount code, you can use 𝗂𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗃 to the moon, and you can get 30% or 40% off your first month after that 7-day trial is over. So that's some additional savings there, and you can give it a try yourself. I think it's worth giving it a try and seeing how it works for you. So thanks for watching. See you next time.